What is up, Freedom Family? Welcome back to another one. This past week has just been rejuvenating. I feel like I'm so powerful right now. I just feel like I've been through a mastermind of a lifetime. Here today, I have a very special video for you today. I actually had an opportunity to speak with one of the people that were special guests at this mastermind. His name is Tran. You may know him also as Engineer Truth. Engineer Truth is one of the people that I've been following since the beginning of Facebook, for YouTube for me. And he's been one of the OGs, one of the people I've looked up to as far as looking for other ways to, make money online or just become an entrepreneur, aside from having the traditional career path. So I really hope you guys get a kick out of this one. And if you guys stay tuned, the video's coming right up. Cue! Hey, what's going on, Freedom Family? I am Jeromeo here, and I'm sitting here with the pleasure of having Mr. Tran from Engineer Truth.
What's up?
He's here, and he agreed to sit down and talk with me and with you guys, and we're having this interview so that way we can kind of get some entrepreneurs online here to show you what they're doing, how they're doing it, and how they arrived to this point right now. So we're here in San Diego, glorious San Diego. We're here with a mastermind with a few other entrepreneurs who do things online, especially on YouTube and digital marketing. And I'm going to ask him a few questions, okay? And hopefully after this video, you guys can probably ask me questions down there in the comments below if it helps you or not. And I can go ahead and maybe switch up some of these questions. And I'm going to ask some more entrepreneurs and get more people online like Tran, who's a super successful YouTuber, over 300K subscribers, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and he's been destroying it, all right? And I've been following him a long time, so I finally had a chance to meet him. So thank you for coming on, bro.
Yeah.
All right, appreciate it, man. So first question that we're gonna start with is, what were you doing before you started your journey to entrepreneurship? Like, what were you doing before coming onto YouTube and being as great as you are right now at this point?
Yeah, so I was a mechanical engineer before, and I had a vision that mechanical engineering was going to be awesome. It's going to be amazing. I'm going to work on cars. I'm going to pay a lot of money. I'm going to be challenged every day at work. It was the complete opposite of that, where it was tedious, a lot of paperwork, it was boring. I had this cranky old men yelling at me all the time about not showing up. You got to be here at 7:30. It's 7:35. That kind of situation. And let me ask you, do you want to be, is that how you want your life to be? Being yelled at by cranky old men who are chubby, having to go to a 9 to 5 every day, and that's not the life I wanted for me. So I got fired from all my mechanical engineering jobs I've ever had, and I just don't make a good employee, but that doesn't mean I'm not a hard worker. So maybe some of you out here have been fired, and many times, and people tell you, oh, you're lazy. Let me tell you, you've seen the hustle. I have 300 videos. I'm making a lot of money right now from my YouTube channel, Engineer Truth, where I help people with their careers. I love what I do, and some people might call me lazy because I couldn't hack it out as a mechanical engineer, but I'm making a ton more money than them, so you can just hate all you want, right? So the question was, where was I before, right?
Yeah, how'd you start?
So that's how I started. And then, as I was working as an engineer, as an engineer intern, I would go online to look for career advice. I wanted to know the distinction between, what's the difference between a mechanical engineer and a civil engineer? What's the difference between a mechanical engineer or a computer science major, or computer science versus computer engineering? I wanted to know those distinctions, and other careers too, and nobody was telling the truth. I saw a lot of videos that were, I would say, almost propaganda, because they would make it sound like it's amazing. Mechanical engineer, amazing. You're gonna work what I thought of. You're gonna work on the cars. Right. You're gonna be challenged. You're gonna work on technical problems. You're gonna work at Tesla. You're gonna work at Tesla, bro.
Yeah.
And then now I know engineers at Tesla, and they don't even like it. Right? So that's kind of how I got started. I want to give accurate career information, and at the time, I didn't know much. I didn't know much, so I just came out with a really bad video. It's still up on my channel. It's called "The Only Majors to Go to College For," and right now it's embarrassing to go back and watch it. As any of your first work, you're gonna be embarrassed to go watch it or see it. It's my face is this close to the camera. I have a shitty haircut. There's lights in the back, so that's not good lighting. And but that video got a lot of views, And I guess the first big win, right? Or do you have a
Yeah.
guess one?
Well, so I mean, irony is that's the truth. I mean, I just started, but I even go back to my first video and watch it for kicks, and I still see that. Like, wow, I can't believe I made that video. I used my phone, even though I had it set to whatever settings I thought was optimal.
Yeah.
I mean, it still sucked in my opinion. But I still feel like, I mean, it reached a small audience, right?
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
I was able to at least start. That was the main thing, just starting.
Most important thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And so that was a good answer, actually.
Yeah.
So next question I want to ask you is actually, what was your first win? What was that moment that you figured that, all right, engineering didn't work out for me, right?
Yeah.
Oh snap, like I found something that worked. What was that thing that you found that worked? Was it YouTube at first, or was it something else that led you to YouTube?
For me, I was lucky in that I had a hunch about this idea, helping people with their careers. Now, actually I have a tattoo right here, August 1st, 2011.
I was going to ask you about that, by the way.
And that's when I created my YouTube channel.
Awesome.
7 years ago.
Jeez.
And so 7 years ago, there was no Grant Cardone, no Gary Vee. No one was an entrepreneur YouTuber, and definitely not a career YouTuber. And so I knew I wanted a career YouTube channel. And so I made Engineer Truth, and I had a hunch that this is going to be worth it. Maybe there's not a huge space for several career YouTube channels, but I knew that I can make my space there. So I took a gamble on myself and said, like, this is going to work. Everyone, literally every single person I talked to said it was a bad idea. My friends that knew me really well said it's a bad idea. Strangers I would talk to said it's a bad idea. My parents 100% thought it was a bad idea. Do you want to know the reasoning? It's because they said no one's ever done it before. That's not why people go on YouTube.
Right, true.
I'm like, well, I go on YouTube. I was looking for that information, right?
Right.
So it's so funny that I was able to have this golden opportunity because I thought, well, I would want to see that channel. I think I could make it, and then I made it, and then now I get to reap the rewards like 7 years later, right?
Amazing.
So the first win that made it real, though, and this is a really big lesson to you if you're starting on your journey, is that first of all, when you're new at things, you always mess up.
Yeah.
I didn't monetize my channel for like the first 6 months. Like you gotta click a button, right? You gotta like, click the button. I didn't click that button.
Right.
Oops. So, I looked it up, and it's actually a little bit confusing, but I clicked on the button, got monetized, and then the next day, my YouTube ad revenue within YouTube, the YouTube dashboard, it said I made like $2.50. I was like, $2.50? What? That's like almost a Starbucks. That's like a Starbucks to make a black coffee, right? I was like, what? No, because that was the first dollar I ever made without a job. And for many of you out there, you might be thinking like, oh man, like the idea of like making money on your own is insane. Like without a job, like someone's just gonna give you money, and it is. So that's why the first dollar is always like the one that hits you the hardest. Like, oh my God, like this dollar, I made this dollar, and it's like I made it through an idea I had in my head. And I hope that inspires you a little bit to just try and just make $1. And I think so many people get caught up in trying to make millions or passive income. Like, dude, you first of all, can you make $1?
Right.
Ask yourself, can you make $1? So after I started doing that, I was like, dude, every day it's like a Starbucks. So I said, how can I take this from Starbucks to like maybe just $10 a day? And that's just the question I asked myself. How can I go from $2.50 or $3 to $10 a day? And that was my first win.
I mean, I feel like I remember we had a conversation earlier when we were masterminding, like at another location here.
Yeah.
And you mentioned about Dan Locke, and I just want to quickly touch on that because I know we got on a tangent for Dan Locke, which was awesome, by the way. I'm glad I got a real personal input because I felt differently when I saw his ads. Yeah. But when you told me how he was as a person, but that one thing you said was that he said, okay, if you want to make $1 million, but you can't make $1, right?
Yeah.
Do whatever you did 10 times if you want to make $10. If you want to make $100, do whatever you did to make $10. 10 times. Yeah. And you just keep doing that. It's a multiplication type of game.
100% multiplication.
And so I really appreciated that, and that resonated with me when we spoke. And so I wanted to kind of mention that, guys. So if you guys, if you haven't, I mean, it's okay to have these dreams and aspirations to get $1 million or get $100,000 a month.
Yeah,
there's no problem with that.
Absolutely.
But you needed to make that first step to make that first $1. For me, I was in affiliate marketing, and I was doing some of the courses, and my first commission actually was the one that woke me up. I had like, was it $103?
That's huge.
I mean, and it's huge. I know, look, I know you said dollars,
huge.
but for me, it
That's
was like I
huge,
didn't
yeah.
know the value of what I had, and so I actually pushed forward and made that first step,
Yeah.
right? It would have
Yeah.
never happened if I didn't make a video, if I didn't
Yeah.
study the content, and I did it.
Yeah.
And it was $103. Now I doubled down, and I'm like in the thousands, and it's amazing how fast things can change if you just take the first step and just multiply those things, okay? So let's go on to the next question, guys. Next question is, how do you conquer analysis paralysis? And let me explain what I mean by that. So analysis paralysis, when I started, right? So there were a lot of things. So I'm a nurse, and I work every day, or many hours throughout the week. And of course, when you're on the journey of entrepreneur, I'm in the transitional phase area. You know, a lot of people get caught. I'm in the transitional phase. The issue is, okay, I have this opportunity, that opportunity, and that opportunity. Let's say we have 3 opportunities that you can make money online with, right? But you're not sure which one would make you or be the best move for you.
Yeah.
How did you go about analysis paralysis, or if you ever had analysis paralysis?
I think the best way to go through analysis paralysis, and I talk about this on my channel, this ties it to, like, I have an engineering background, and in engineering there's something called iterations, where you make software and it runs through cycles until it gets closer and closer to the solution that you defined. And when it reaches a certain tolerance within what you're looking for, it says like we found the solution. So it's just cycles over and over again, but it gets closer and closer to the right answer every iteration, every cycle, and then eventually you get the right answer, or you get the solution that you want. And that's very, very common in engineering, very common in like computer engineering, but also physical engineering. Well, engineering is real life. You can almost see yourself as like a person who has to go through cycles and cycles of things. Now, when I see people who do analysis paralysis, you're going through cycles very slow. Now, say for example, it takes you 1,000 cycles to become a millionaire, and you're going through a cycle every year. And that's what happens when someone has analysis paralysis. I have so many cousins, subscribers who say, I've been thinking about starting a business or a YouTube channel, and I'll ask them, how long have you been thinking about that? 6 months. I'm like, had you just like made a video, you would have figured out if it was your thing or not.
Even with your phone, guys.
Even with your phone.
Even with your phone.
My opinion, try fast, quit fast.
Yeah.
Try fast, quit fast. So we talk about the different options.
Right.
Try every option.
Right.
You don't like it, just quit or write it. I actually, I have Kevin's course. I looked through it. I said, you know what? Amazon FBA seller is not for me.
Right.
And it's a full profession. There's a lot of details that come into selling on Amazon. I looked at Shopify. I was like, man, there are a lot of details here.
Right.
I'm going to skip on this. But I just looked at it,
Right.
said it's not for me. And I made those decisions quick.
Yeah.
Quick. And faster you can get used to that, going through iterations of yourself, the faster you can find out what is actually good for you. Success could actually be broken down to 3 steps. It's really simple. Number 1, finding what works out for you through what? Trying a shitload of things. Number 2, once you find what works for you, is failing fast, a lot of mini failures, so that you can learn. But many people are so feared of failure, not like how are you going to learn, right? Then the 3rd step is not getting complacent after you start banking a lot of money. So for me, I'm at that phase where I can't get complacent, so I still experiment and I grab what I can. So finding complacency. And that's pretty much it. If you could do those 3 things, really easy. And then last thing I want to add with analysis paralysis, and we talk about the first win, what I really love about business is when you're earning $1 a day, you're a type of person. To earn $10 a day, you actually have to transform a little bit. Then to earn $100 a day, you have to transform like quite a bit. Like you have to change as a person. Yeah. You can't be the same. Yeah. And to go from $100 a day to earning $1,000 a day, that's a huge transformation. There's no way you can be the same person earning $100 a day versus $1,000 a day. There's just absolutely no way. And who it forces you to be is really, really exciting, and it's a transformation you should actually look forward to and get excited about.
That's amazing. Yeah, I love that answer. And for me, going through analysis paralysis for me was real. And now that I have a Facebook ads agency that's kicking off, and
awesome.
I made that decision for myself. Like I have an FBA store, but I decided I was okay. Let me put this to the wayside for a little bit, only because I knew it was time intensive. And for me to achieve my goals quicker, I first found out what I wanted, what was my main goal that I wanted to achieve, and how can I get there as quickly as possible. Okay, and I'm not talking about quick money overnight. I'm talking about in span of months, like which one is quicker, because there's no such thing as making $100,000 overnight. This just doesn't exist, guys. And if you still believe that, you need to listen to this video, okay? I'm looking for one that actually vibes with me the best. Look at your talents and your skills and see which one best fits the business model that you're looking at or you're interested in. And so for me, I love to talk to people, which is why I was freely asking, Matt if he was able to sit down. And he's here with me now because I took that first step, And so I did that, and I'm like, you know what, this can be a thing for me, and I don't mind talking to businesses because of my past life. I was, MLM, I did multi-level marketing, I did door-to-door sales, I used to sell candy in middle school. Like, I swear, it was the hustle in me that I knew that I always had. And so now that I know that, all right, entrepreneurship is my thing, even though now I'm a nurse today, I truly feel that entrepreneurship is my life's calling. And my goal is not to make a lot of money. My goal is to use my nursing skill now to allow me free time to go out into those countries where people really need it. Because I love helping people, and I don't just talk about it, but I am really trying to be about it. And I hope to one day, my goal is to get vlogs to show people this is what my goal was this entire time. Where money's no longer an issue, and you can actually focus on things that truly matter. Okay? All right, next question. Thanks a lot for that answer, though.
We'll talk more about that later, too.
For sure. So when you started and you got the YouTube, right, what were some of your limiting beliefs? What were some of the things? I know you mentioned parents and family members talking and nobody talked to them. Nobody's doing it, so don't do it.
Nobody's doing it.
So what were those things that helped you back? What was that, the limiting beliefs?
So some of the limiting beliefs I had was, first of all, I thought you had to be this really good-looking guy to do well on YouTube. Right, because there's studies where attractive people they better salespeople, and they're perceived as more charismatic. So I always believed that you had to be this really good-looking guy. And you had to be a little bit white too, right?
I actually heard that it was scientifically proven people are more attracted to that because that's what we see.
Because that's what you see a lot. So I thought that you had to be this attractive. Captain America looking guy, Superman looking guy, I don't know, Thor, you name it, right? So I thought you had to look like that in order to be successful on YouTube. Of course, that limiting belief got shattered as there's some Asians on YouTube, and then I had a limiting belief with particularly hiring people. I never, actually when I started my channel, and maybe you feel this way too, the idea of hiring someone is very intimidating because now you're responsible for this human being.
Yes, true.
And this person is counting on you to pay their salaries, and they use the salary to pay for their everyday life, right? And so at first I started off with the Philippines team. I was okay, I'm a little scared, did contract work, project work. I was and what held me back the most in my success, or one of the things that held me back in my success, is not just taking them full time. Give them a couple projects, if they're cool, bring them full time, because man, when you're dabbling in projects, it's project, okay, got it, so the price, the criteria, now I have 2 video editors on my team, and it just flows. And now they could focus on what I give them. They quit their job, and my regret is not doing it sooner. And so if you're looking to hire people, it actually doesn't take as long as people think. If you hire a team from the Philippines or over the seas, I pay my video editor, very skilled guy, $900 a month, and that is you're oh, if some of you guys got twitched oh, you're scamming that guy. You're what's it called? Taking advantage of him. Let me tell you, his previous job paid him $325 per month. So I'm paying him $900. I'm paying him almost 3 times what his previous job paid him, and his job was in the Philippines. Jeez. So who's taking advantage of him? I'm not taking advantage of him.
Yeah,
he took that job quick, right? And I hired a new video editor for $400 a month. He's starting. I'll probably give him a raise if he is consistent. But man, my regret is just not building a team sooner.
Yeah.
And my fear though was I don't like working 9 to 5. If I hire someone and I make them work 9 to 5, but I'm not working 9 to 5, that doesn't make sense, right? So no one on my team works 9 to 5. They have their projects, they got their deadlines, they know what they got to do, and the good thing about that is because it's not 9 to 5, you might think, oh, that's gonna hurt output, but I actually could pay lower salaries because it's less stress for them. They don't have a 9 to 5, they get more freedom, so I actually pay them a little lower salaries than what they would have got. And then that naturally, once I had that structure, now I hired my first American, which is a lot more expensive, but I needed it. So that's kind of how it all grew together.
Awesome, man. That is the awesome thing about that whole 9 to 5. And I really think it's really psychological that we know that 9 to 5 is associated with, I call it modern slavery. I mean, you probably call it the same, right?
Yeah.
I mean, and I know it's every profession, especially the ones that are really humanitarian, helping other people, it's great, but it's really awesome to also know that you can do that on your own terms. You don't need a company to pay you, every 2 weeks just to make a living. You can make a living yourself. Be creative, all right? That's why I have you know, the slogan of my Freedom All Stars logo, it says think, create, and achieve. It's because you can think it and create it. Because I thought about this YouTube channel, just like, you know, we mentioned your cousins, and then I created it. You know, and the day I created it, I'm achieving it right now as we speak. This is actively achieving, and that's what I'm going for, man. So that's an awesome thing. That psychological 9 to 5 and letting them work on a project basis. And we'll talk more about that because I'm actually looking for some VAs, so it's gonna work perfect, man. All right, so last question, guys, and we're gonna. I'm loving this so much, and I really wish that I could have you a little longer, but you know, obviously, I don't want to keep you guys here forever either. Okay. So what do you do now currently? I know you have a YouTube channel, and I know you do talk about career stuff and people transitioning in and out of careers. What do you do now, and what are your future plans? What does Matt in the future look like?
So right now I have a channel, Engineer Truth, where I help people with their careers, and I'm making videos. And one of my future plans, my problem right now, and it sounds like a very funny problem, you're definitely not going to expect this, I'm working on being more funny. Like, that's actually what I'm putting like 80% of my thoughts on, is how to be more funny, because you know, we oscillate. I change things that I always do, and before it was all about structuring a team. That's what I was focusing on when I was hiring the American, bringing him on, hiring the Filipinos. I was working about, okay, how do I structure a company, and we're working out project management. How do these 4 people work together remotely? Yeah. Oh man, okay, on videos too, where it's like some things are very specific. Right. So we got some software, some Trello, which is a software to put boards to organize people. That was what I was focusing on. Then I took a few months to learn the typical internet marketing stuff that you've always heard before. Maybe you saw an ad before this video that went along the lines of this, like, hey, Shopify sellers, do you want to learn how to sell on Shopify and make $100 a day? Well, I was just like you before. Anyway, the typical internet marketing stuff, hey, you might find it cheesy, but it's part of the game. So I had to spend a couple months learning that.
By the way.
Lambo.
Like 9 Lambos here for this mastermind. It's been insane, so pardon the noise, guys.
Get some B-roll shots of the Lambos too.
You hear that?
Yeah, sick. So that was part of the game, and now I'm really working on comedy. So I'm taking some comedy classes. I purchased comedy classes to learn comedy, because you should always invest in yourself, right? You shouldn't try to learn for free, because you're going to waste time, and the quality of the education is not as good. So I paid for comedy classes. I bought comedy books. I mean, I really want to learn how to be funny, because in my opinion, when it comes to being an influencer, if you know how to be funny, you can get anything to work. Anything, honestly anything to work. So I've been spending a lot of time to be funny, and then that's pretty much it. I just want to inspire more people. I want to work on my first own product, because right now I'm an affiliate marketer, which means I sell other people's products, but I don't have my own product yet. So I want to sell my own product now, so I can have control over it, and also create something that really changes people's lives, maybe get them a job. My specialty is taking people from like random backgrounds, server, grocery bag guy, to getting a job in digital marketing or something cool like that. And so I want to do more of that and have my own course where I teach that. So that's what I'm working on now.
That's amazing. And honestly, I mean, my channel talked about a lot about affiliate marketing as well. I have a Facebook group. If you guys look in the description below, the link is down there. As long as Matt Tran, I'm gonna, put down his YouTube link so you guys can connect with him as well. He's an amazing source. So about affiliate marketing, on my channel, I did mention that a few times, and I've been trying to get people to understand, because I feel like affiliate marketing, honestly, is one of those elusive topics, and I hate that affiliate marketers are that way. And I don't feel that energy from you, which is why I definitely felt comfortable asking you about that as well. And for those of you guys who are interested in affiliate marketing, of course, you know what my Facebook group is about, and a lot, as well as Facebook ads and social media marketing, because you'll see a lot more of that now. That's my venture. So I only teach what I know and what I trust. I'm not going to give you guys any bullshit or any fluff. All right, I'm going to get straight to it. So about affiliate marketing, how do you work it? What is it truly, in like one sentence, what is affiliate marketing, and what are some of the things that you do to be successful at it?
So affiliate marketing is just referring a friend. So many of you have probably watched a really good movie, and you're like, hey dude, you got to check out this movie. That's a recommendation, right? So as an influencer, I can recommend products that I like, that I've tried out, that I think would be really good for you. And for recommending the product, I'll get a commission for doing that. Now, where it gets gray and where affiliate marketing gets a bad reputation is because some people create really good sales page, really good ads, and then they sell a product and it sucks. It's crap. Now, that's really like, we call it the dark world of affiliate marketing, and that's why it gets such a bad name. But in terms of affiliate marketing as a whole, it's really just me referring products that I like that I think you're going to enjoy. And I mean, haven't you bought something that has been referred to you by maybe an influencer or a friend that you're like, oh my god, like I'm so glad I found this product. Maybe this truly sparkling spiked cider, right? Like it's a pretty good drink. And Kevin told me about it, and I might buy some more, right? And so really, you're just getting a cut for recommending something that you already like. And I really like affiliate marketing because when there's two ways I can get paid as a YouTuber. I can get sponsored by a company where they pay me an upfront amount, a couple $1,000s. I'll make the video, and they pay me one time. And when they do that, they pay me upfront. So I have to follow their rules. They tell me what to do. Now, I don't like having a boss. Do you like having a boss? Nobody likes having a boss, right? When you're an affiliate marketer, you usually go to a website. Like, for example, I'm an affiliate for Skillshare. And I just go to the website, I sign up for the affiliate program, and I just get a link. Now, for every time someone signs up for Skillshare for a trial, I get $10. Easy money. Now, I can promote Skillshare any way that I want to promote Skillshare. Which, cool, I get to do it my own way. And I get paid what I deserve. If I get a lot of signups, I get paid a lot of money. If I don't get a lot of signups, I don't get paid a lot of money. And I like that a lot. Versus getting paid one time, what would you rather have? Would you rather get paid a large sum up front? Or would you rather have some passive income? And I'd rather do the passive income. So that's why I would prefer affiliate marketing over getting brand deals.
Awesome. And like, it's simple, guys. Like, if you guys use Uber, like we used Uber like probably 5 to 10 times today alone, right? Going back and forth to different areas. I ended up renting a car, so long story about that. But when you get an Uber app, right, it says, hey, if you want to refer a friend, send a friend this link, and then we'll take off $5 from their ride, and then you get $5 back as credit for your next ride. Like, that's affiliate marketing. You just don't know it. You may not be on a large scale, but that's affiliate marketing in a sense. So you got to understand that it's not supposed to be salesy, and it's not supposed to come across as a car salesman type status, because then people get turned off, and then it looks like you're really pushing a product just for personal gain. So if you have, that's why I made it a personal vendetta for myself, to just promote stuff that I trust. Like Kevin David is one of my biggest mentors, and Matt Tran I've been following definitely for years. Maybe not right when he started, but after like a year or so, I was like 2012 or end of like 2012, 2013. I found out Matt because I was trying to make that transition from career to entrepreneurship full time, where I have more time to work on things I want and actually chase my dreams efficiently, right? So affiliate marketing is one of the avenues, okay? And if you want more ways in which you can make money online, this is what this channel is about. This is what it's for, okay? It's a freedom family, and my job to you is to promote freedom. That's it, all right? Matt, I thank you so much for being here, bro.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. So until next time, guys, I wish you guys the best. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Don't forget to look at the links below. We have Matt Tran's YouTube channel down there, his IG. Where can they find you? You just say
IG's the best.
IG's the best. So if you want to go ahead and message him on IG. If you want to go ahead and find the group I'm offering, it's a free group, it's a closed group, because I don't like everybody just jumping in there. I actually analyze each profile to make sure that they're actually entrepreneurially involved.
Very good idea.
And then tell me to send me a message, like, what are you really interested in? What's your goal? Because I really need to know that in order for me to efficiently help you, okay? Just do that, guys, and just tune in for more. I'll see you guys next time. We out. Peace.